morning, everybody, and welcome to 2026, the first show of the new year. This is the Uninformed Fan. Welcome to all of our new watchers, new listeners, and all of you wonderful people that have found us on shorts across the world. Jeffrey, looking good. A little Christmas sweatshirt, maybe?
I did get this for Christmas. It was actually a late Christmas gift that my wife forgot to wrap. So I opened everything on Christmas, and then like 2 days later, she's like, "Oh, I forgot I got you this." I was like, "Oh, cool. Thank you for the Bucks hoodie. Appreciate it." It does need to be washed though.
Yeah.
I found out you know, like when you get these color hoodies, like the first time I wore it, it fuzzies all over. So all good.
Are you one of those people that buys new clothes and doesn't wash them first?
Yes.
Are you one of those people?
Yeah.
That's
I tear tags off and throw it right on. We're good.
You know what grinds my gears, Jeffrey?
What?
People that don't wash clothes when you buy them.
Why?
You gotta wash them, dude.
Why?
Because they just travel from China. Like, who knows what's on them? What chemicals? Who knows what that sweatshirt's been through? Plus, you got to break it in a little bit. It's got that weird smell sometimes.
I love that.
You got to put
smell.
it in there. Yeah, well, you do like sniffing fumes, I guess. Well, let's get into it. Got a big day here, Jeffrey. College football is taking over the Uninformed Fan to start the show. Obviously, if you follow the show, watch the show, college football usually does not lead this program. However, We are in the thick of the national championship, and we are ready to talk some football. Let's start off Miami, Ohio State. Miami 24, Ohio State 14. Miami's defense is for real. I know we were talking a little bit on the pre-show about their trenches in Miami. That D-line and O-line have both bought and paid for and performing. I want to focus on the other side of the ball for a second, Jeffrey, and the Ohio State Buckeyes, because obviously they have, I do believe, the second or third highest payroll in college football, and they're just frauds. You saw it in the Big Ten championship with Indiana. Indiana just dismantled them. And frankly, I mean, I know this is a 10-point game. It never even felt that close to me. They never felt like they were in it. They seemed discombobulated. I know we're going to get into some of these bought and paid for teams. Obviously, the next game is going to really take precedence on this. But to me, it just goes to show, man, you just cannot just buy a team, put it on the field, and expect them to win. Talent-wise, 5-star, 4 stars, Ohio State, Texas Tech, Oregon, Miami, all of them Alabama, all of them blow away Indiana. But let's get on this one. So what are your thoughts here, Jeffrey? Was this a Miami performance that was just domination over the Ohio State Buckeyes, or did the Ohio State Buckeyes just come out and get out-coached and lay a turd?
No, Miami just mauls you up front. We mentioned that both these teams probably had some of the top offensive defensive lines in the entire country, that it was going to be a dogfight. We've talked before about Miami first halves, about how they're allowing, I believe it was like 4.8 points or something like that in the first half of football games. Obviously, they allow 0 here to Ohio State. Miami's for real. Carson Beck doesn't have to do a lot. You run the ball, you play defense. Now, I do think he'll be able to kind of open it up against this Ole Miss team once we get into that game. But I thought Miami was really good. I think if you're a fan of Florida or Florida State, I think it's been this is tough. I'm happy for all my friends who are Miami fans. I'm happy for them as human beings. I am no way, shape, or form rooting for Miami to win the national championship. I don't want to be that very, very clearly. I don't have a bet on Miami to win the national championship. I'm not rooting for that. I don't really want it to happen. Honestly, if I'm going to be real, as a Florida State fan, I don't want to see my rivals prosper at all, ever.
As you should not. I don't want them to see them continue winning just simply for the fact that I don't want to keep seeing Michael Irvin on the damn sideline.
It's tough. He might die if they win the national championship on live TV, which would be interesting as well, too. But I do think that you cannot deny what they're doing in Miami, because you could say their stuff is bought and paid for. It's more about roster retention. A lot of those guys committed to Miami when they were coming out of high school. They have developed them into the studs that they are now. And I know that because I see the guys who are playing, who are making splash plays, who I remember Florida State and Miami going after the same guy recruiting. And even Florida in that mix as well, too. So you see these guys that they've kept their roster retention. They've spent money on it. They've developed them. I'm still not a believer in mercenary quarterbacks, but it looks like that's the route that Miami's decided to take going forward. They will every year have a new, whoever the new flashiest quarterback that was in the portal that can we'll take the most money to come be a mercenary. So I do think that I'm going to say a couple things here too. The buys are way too long. You can give a team a 1 week bye. The first 2 games should be played at the college. I don't think that we need quarterfinal games in the Sugar Bowl. I don't think I need to sit there and look up and see what the Orange Bowl looked like yesterday for Texas Tech and Oregon. It was abysmal. There was nobody in the stands. It was terrible. So I think they got to tweak that a little bit as well too. I completely agree with Dan Lanning when it comes to that.
Miami's stadium, though. Technically,
yeah, but I mean, you should have.
No, I completely agree with
traveling, and both teams are not going to travel to Miami to go spend thousands of dollars on hotels to go watch a team play, especially over New Year's Eve when the hotel prices are jacked up even more. You know, if the teams were that good during the year and they deserve to get a bye, but they also deserve to get a home game as well too. Let them have one playoff game at home. I think would be great for the sport.
I completely agree, Chad. You're absolutely right. Yeah, 0-4 last year, 1-3 this year. Jeff's nailed it on the head. It's just too long. This isn't the NFL. There is something about continuancy and able to keep up with the flow of the program and able to game plan. Obviously, a little bit more time off, but it's just too much time, man. It's just too much time not getting hit. It's too many times, not running around to the point of exhaustion. And you're absolutely right, Jeff. I don't think we need all of these games. Like, okay, so we had the Rose Bowl, the All-State Sugar Bowl, the Goodyear Cotton Bowl, and the Capital One Orange Bowl. Now we have the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl and the Verbo Fiesta Bowl. Okay, so you're absolutely right. Those first 4 games should all be at home. You're absolutely right. There's no reason to your point, to have people spending tens of thousands of dollars, because yes, that is what it's going to be, especially if you try to take anybody but yourself to one of these games. They should have a home game. Let the fans be involved. Just like the NFL does not go to neutral site games until the Super Bowl. There's a reason for that. Because again, you're putting the burden on the fans once again, who you've turned around to ask for money throughout the season to be able to compete. Now, hey, you got to go spend thousands of dollars to go support us. If we're in Texas Tech, we're going over to where
to Lubbock.
We're going to Orlando, I guess. Yeah. I mean, the Sugar Bowl. I mean, obviously, Ole Miss, Georgia, they're both close. It's just, you're absolutely right. There's no reason to, but you know what it is, Jeff? It's a money grab. It's a money grab, but there's no reason that you couldn't do. So I would agree. I think the Peach Bowl and the Fiesta Bowl, I think those are lower tier bowls anyway, but yet they somehow get the semifinals. Maybe you do the Rose Bowl and the Sugar Bowl, and then the championship game is one of these other bowls. Maybe that's
the Rose Bowl every year.
Yeah. Make it. Well, yeah. But the problem is if you have it called the Rose Bowl, it's got to be in that one stadium all the way in California, correct? That's where the Rose Bowl is. So yeah.
Yeah, but there's just something about the sunset coming over and so on and so forth. I also want to touch this too. We always talk about this as well, Chad. Like in the NBA, right? You have the play-in games, right? And you have these guys who go in and these teams that are playing competitive basketball for so long, where a lot of times we see this upset happen, whether it be a 6-3 or whether it be the 1-8, whoever gets in. These teams have been playing competitive basketball, and now you got to kind of ramp up and get there and match somebody's intensity. I just don't think it's that much of an advantage. So
I don't think at the college level, at the pro level, absolutely. But they're grown ass men that have been doing this all of their lives. And everybody fights for that bye in the NFL. But again, it's only a week. I mean, from the last game of the season to the quarterfinals, how many weeks is that? 3? I think we can all agree that the entire college schedule needs to be revamped. We need to have a commissioner in there. I mean, you got it right now. It's January 2nd. The portal just opened.
Portal just opened today.
You have a receiver from Miami that's still in the championship contention that just hit the portal. Put his name in the portal already. Like, okay, so you're still going for a championship, but you put your name in the portal. You can't tell me that that's not somebody that said, "Hey, dude, we're ready to offer you more money next year. Put your name in the portal." There's no way.
And here's the thing too,
and all this other crap.
This is also a negotiating tactic that all these kids have now. You saw Florida State had 28 guys hit the portal whenever it happened. Now they've retained like the top 4, because they're just renegotiating contracts and
renegotiating,
leveraging themselves, and their agents are the one that's handling everything. So what's up, Buff? How you doing,
Good
man?
morning, Buff. Happy New Year, buddy.
Happy New Year, brother. So it's just tough.
It's just a money grab, like we
yeah,
said before.
all these
Imagine
agents,
NFL teams, right?
It's like
Imagine NFL teams. Everybody's on a 1-year deal.
you're trying to build a roster on a 1-year deal with every single player on your team.
I mean, something's got to change, and it's got to change fast because it just doesn't work. It just doesn't.
There
work.
is a theory that I saw that is not coming to fruition, but it's that the NCAA is basically letting it get as bad as it possibly can and as terrible as it can, so the U.S. government will step in and create bylaws. And so far, the U.S. government has been like, "Nah, we're good. Go ahead, do your own thing." And the NCAA is just kind of between a rock and a hard place because they want something to happen to come in, but can't get it done.
Well, let's skip around here, Jeffrey. Miami is going to face Ole Miss, who played Georgia last night, 39-34. What a great game, man. That was just a great game, back and forth. Kirby Smart with a very questionable 4th and 3 on his own, like, 30 that he went for it there.
Yeah.
Play gets completely blown up. Immediately, Ole Miss goes down to a touchdown. Now, I will say for this is what I also don't understand when it comes to play calling, defense, and things of this nature. So, like, throughout the whole game, that Georgia had a game plan, but they just said, you know what, we got 9 minutes to go. We just gave a touchdown. We know we're going to score. Let's go fast. Let's do our 2-minute drill. They literally went down the field in 2 minutes and scored a touchdown to put it right back to 3. Right. Yep. So then you get it back to 3. You get the ball back, and then all of a sudden you're back into this slow offense bullshit again, and you're struggling. You're struggling to move the ball.
Well, not even. They were still going quick. They weren't being as successful, but they got the ball down the field, and then it turned into you're on the goal line. And I heard the play-by-play guy say this. He goes, "Oh, well, I wouldn't be surprised if they almost like took a knee here because you don't want to give them too much time." And I'm like, you need to punch the ball in. What are you talking about? You're trying to waste time. You're down by 3. Make them go score a touchdown. Just score a touchdown and worry about the time later. They have 0 timeouts. You have 3 timeouts at that point. Go score the touchdown. And I thought they just got a little bit too cute. They ran the ball. Even the 3rd down play, nobody was open. I mean, he threw it, Stockton threw it to the tight end, but the dude was covered like blanketed. It wasn't even close. It hit the DB in the helmet. Yeah, I don't get that, Ron. The 2nd goal, I do not get why you're in shotgun there. It was driving me nuts as somebody who had a Georgia ticket. I was like, just punch the ball in, score the fucking touchdown, and
let the quarterback run it. He's been running it all day.
Exactly. Stop thinking that you're gonna like milk some clock on 2nd down and then be able to, execute on 3rd. It's not the way it works. So the cover 0.
Before that, though,
killed me.
Before that, though, before what you were talking about before, though, I do understand a little bit what they were talking about running the clock out. Now, again, when they came down, we're talking about punching it in. We were over 2 minutes to go, and Ole Miss still had their 2 timeouts. They got that 1st down stop. That's when they started burning their timeouts. 2nd and 3rd. That was the last 2, and then the 4th down play, or the 3rd down play, obviously, and then the field goal. So I did understand, like, at least trying to burn 140 seconds off the clock. That puts you, to your point, down to like a minute 20. You still have 2 more plays to punch it in. Those need to be your best 2 goal line plays. I don't feel like it was. I feel like it was kind of discombobulated, both of those plays, to be perfectly honest with you. And the Ole Miss defense had it read. I don't know what they had in their bag, but it was like they were looking at Kirby Smart's playbook. They knew exactly what was coming, and they stopped it. I agree, man. And then you had the whole
I just didn't
the fact that they give him the ball back, right? So they get the ball back after that, and then you literally get burnt deep. There's
that's what I was saying.
There's only one thing you can't do, and I'm not a fan of prevent defense, Jeffrey, because prevent defense prevents nothing. But you left that corner out on an island.
Yeah,
and there's dropped a dime.
27 seconds. It's 3rd and 5. I don't understand. As a Bucks fan, I have this Todd Bowles PTSD about running 0 coverage on a 3rd down and just getting absolutely manhandled because it's happened. I mean, it happened in the playoffs when
This is a space that we can both be in, buddy.
I mean, he called it in the playoffs. That's where he made one of the most historical comebacks in playoff history with Tom Brady and Leonard Fournette and Mike Evans. And we come back, we actually tie the Rams, and then you call zero blitz twice, Cooper Kupp beats you twice over top. And then you call it this year with 17 seconds to go. There's no timeouts. Todd Bowles calls zero blitz against the Carolina Panthers, leaves the DB on an island, and he's like, "Oh, the DB took a bad angle." It's like, bro, you left him one-on-one on Tetrick Millen on an island. I don't give a flying whatever.
Nicely done, Jeffrey.
That's
nicely
terrible.
done.
And I'm trying to learn. And then the Dolphins game, you did the exact same thing where you just get absolutely cooked. So it gave me those kind of vibes because I'm sitting there thinking about it. I'm like, if you stop them on 3rd and 5, even if you just like keep them in front of you, then you're going to get the ball back. You have timeouts. They had timeouts to be able to get their process in order and try to get down and get the ball back and get their own field goal.
At the worst, you go into overtime.
Yeah, I just the zero blitz that was I couldn't believe it when I saw it happening. I saw the linebackers creeping up. I'm like, there's no way. And then I saw it hit, and I saw Chambliss just let it go, like Elsa, and I just that was tough.
Yeah, that was tough. Kirby Smart's too good of a coach to be doing some of the calls that he made again. That 4th down, I pumped the ball there. I mean, and then again, like I said, that defensive coverage there, pretty shaky.
I love how aggressive Kirby is, right? Kirby calls the fake punt. It's successful. It works. They get the play on that. My issue is that I don't know what the plan was there. You run the punt team on, right? And then you run them off real quick and you bring the offense on to try to mess up, whatever they're thinking in Ole Miss side, and they just didn't really panic. They subbed everybody out because you have all the time in the world to sub people out. They get there, and then you're like not sure you're going to hike the ball, but then you don't want to burn a timeout, and then you're only on the 30, so do you really want to give up 5 yards? Let's just hike it. Hikes it, and literally it looked
the left tackle just literally got breezed by like he was going down I-75.
Yeah, we don't even got to talk about the Texas Tech Oregon game. But
we're going to talk about it, Jeffrey. We're going to talk about it.
I'll tell you one funny thing about that game is that I'm sitting there and I look up and they're down. It was 16-0 or something like that, right? And I just woken up from a nap, and there's like 3 minutes left in the game, and I'm like, Texas Tech can score. Like they have a good offense. They'll come down and score here. So I saw the live line. It was like plus 250. At 15.5, right? I'm like, they just got to score. Okay, they'll definitely do this. So, I throw some change on it. We get to 4th and 4. Nothing's been successful the entire time. On 4th and 4, they hike the ball. And I don't know how to describe this, but 3 linemen turned and blocked each other from Texas Tech, while 2 guys from Oregon just steamed off the inside and the end and just completely crushed the Texas Tech quarterback. That's terrible.
It's bad, Jeff. 23-0. Texas Tech. This is what we were alluding to at the beginning. Guys, this whole college football and buying players and stuff, it all looks good on paper. And if you got a billionaire bankroll on you and you think, but it doesn't negate bad coaching. It doesn't negate team synergy, and it doesn't negate the hungry dog eating, right? Because these are not hungry dogs. These are well-fed dogs that have an umbrella, shade, air conditioning, whatever they need. This is not a good formula for success. And this is what you're starting to see right here. Highest, you put up 0 with the highest NIL. 0.
Yeah.
Absolutely embarrassed by Oregon. Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing much to talk about this game. Dan Lanning obviously had that team ready.
I love Dan Lanning, by the way.
Well, I don't really have those type of feelings for him. I think he's a good coach.
I really
would have loved to see him in Gator orange and blue, but
he got Nike money, bro. He's trying to get Phil Knight he's trying to get Phil Knight a NCAA championship before he dies. Which I guess
I might actually root for that,
not too far off.
Yeah, he doesn't look good. He looks
They're
like an aging vampire or something.
Yeah, it's bad. They're all in, but that's also why Oregon has been all in the past few years. It's because they're trying to get this done before he succumbs to old age. So I think
Do you feel sorry, Jeffrey?
do I feel what?
Do you feel sorry for Phil Knight?
Not at all.
Are you for the Gipper?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, seeing Oregon play would be cool. The problem is that, and I mean, listen, Indiana gave an ass whooping to Alabama as well too. I mean, that game was not close whatsoever. And so now we're going to get the rematch of Oregon and Indiana that already happened once this year. And I don't know if you remember how that game played out.
I don't. For some reason,
Indiana,
I feel like it was like a last second play or something. But
Indiana
maybe that was Ohio State.
Indiana went into Eugene and kicked their ass. So
let's talk about it. Obviously, Alabama 3, Indiana 38. It was kind of wild. I did work last night. I had a huge Indiana presence down here right now. I don't know what the heck's going on, but sitting next to an Alabama fan on my one TV on the side.
Oh, no way.
When the Indiana crew rolled in, they rolled in about 10 deep, and there was one Alabama guy left after the wife and the son and the other ones got pissed at him and took the rest of the kids to the park. But they come on, I prefaced it, hey, Alabama fan, this is it. And, I kept checking on him, but it was definitely, you could see the deterioration and it was an absolute pounding. And I have to be one of the first ones to say this, Jeff. Every time I see Indiana go up against anybody, I'm still like, Indiana who? What? I think it's finally time, man. I think it's finally time for the idiot talking heads like myself to put some respect on Indiana's name and Curt Cignetti. As much as we talk about his arrogance and stuff, some of those things that we laud about for Deion Sanders and walking his walk and doing that, he is obviously, follow the path and he's very confident in what he does. He might be the best coach in college football. When we talked about the rosters, I think 4 stars, 5 stars, I think he has like 8 where Alabama had 40. And it just goes to show that I can't remember who was talking about just his amazing evaluation of talent and being able to do that. Look at the thing he's pulling out of Mendoza. I mean, Mendoza looked like freaking Tom Brady out there the other night, just surgically dropping balls. The pass late on the end zone out to the left side, teardropped over the DB. Like, come on, man. And he's out there smiling and laughing. And let me also say, couldn't be a better kid, at least from what I've seen so far. Just what you want to see out of a public figure, especially for kids to be looking up to. Yeah, I mean, let's talk about the Indiana for a second here, Jeffrey. Again, I've been the one that I just can't be like, oh. And again, we talked about Ohio State being frauds. I did, when Indiana beat Ohio State, I wasn't shocked because to me, Ohio State's fraud. They're fraudulent. They're an overpriced, just whatever shiny little thing that's over in the corner of your eye that catches it. Indiana feels like a blue collar man's man team. The coal miners, the electricians, the people that are just going to go out there and work hard for you. They got to be the Cinderella. I mean, if we're talking about Cinderella stories and Cinderella teams and men's basketball and how it relates, I mean, Indiana's got to be it, right?
Well, I think when we talk about Cinderella teams, we talk about teams that we are rooting for because they haven't been there often. And when you look at the final 4 teams that we're going to get here, I believe 3 of them have never won a national championship. And then one of them in Miami has not won one in 25 years since 2001. So I think everybody can have their own storyline in a way. And I think that's what's so beautiful about it. We talked about Ole Miss, right? Like everybody's
rooting for Miami, Jeff.
No, let me finish real quick. Nobody was rooting for Georgia last night. I felt like the casual fan was not like, let's go Georgia. Everybody was rooting for Ole Miss. And it's because like they've had this people who dislike Lane Kiffin are now A, happy that Lane Kiffin is gone from Ole Miss, and B, happy that they feel like that Lane Kiffin slighted these kids. And so now they have these kids to root for to still hate Lane Kiffin as well, too. Then you have the Miami story, right? One thing I always say to my Miami fans is that, you can go watch your championship highlights, but they have to be on VHS. And like I said before, regardless of what you want to say, they look the part They've developed the kids. They've done a great job, and what they're building down there is going to be really tough. And then you look at Oregon trying to win one for Phil Knight. You just said I might start rooting for Oregon because I would love to see Phil Knight just have that moment and be happy. And then you have the true underdog in terms of Indiana, who has been everybody's darling all year. Everybody's thought it's just been this kind of fluky thing, hasn't been a real thing, and now they're here, and it's fun, man. It's fun as a football fan. TJ asks, is Mendoza going to be good in the NFL?
No clue.
I have no clue.
Talk to me in 3 years. There's no way that we're going to put 80 tags on anybody saying they're going to come in and be a good quarterback in the NFL. I think we've learned that, right? We've learned that.
He has the size.
Yeah, we've learned that. Well, let's go to the Final Four here. As you talked about, nobody's rooting for Miami, Jeff, unless you're a Miami fan. There's absolutely nobody rooting for Miami. I can tell you that.
And they're the team that's probably going to win it, unfortunately. So,
well, I'm also going to go on I'm going to, I think the Cinderella matchup would be Indiana Ole Miss. Probably one of the lowest rated college football playoffs championship games ever, but right. That would be the Cinderella matchup. As far as Oregon goes, they've been there. They've had their chances. As you said, they have a high NIL. Indiana is probably the true Cinderella, even though they were there last year and just didn't quite make it. But then you have Ole Miss, right? And there's something about Ole Miss when you look up in the stands and they're all wearing that preppy, Ole Miss look. I don't know what it is. It's just, like they're wearing it to a football game. They're all prepped out, they got their blazers and their vests and this, that. And then I started thinking about Mississippi and how like old money and all this other, and like, where did it come from? I don't know, man. First of all, Miami can go do whatever. That's another bought and paid for team. To me, it's Indiana, man. I think Indiana would be probably one of the best storylines for college football, to just sit there and show that, hey, you don't have to have the most expensive team. You have to have one of the best coaches. And that's really what it comes down to. And so I think for college football, the best thing could be for Indiana to win. Will I think that? I don't know.
Ron, I don't disagree with you, but I do think people are going to hop onto this Trinidad Chambliss narrative as well too. You're going to see this story played out about how he came from Division II. He came to Ole Miss to basically be a backup. He was there to, give himself a better, maybe an opportunity, but he knew he wasn't going to be a starter. And now to where he is, it's kind of an incredible story as well. So,
and you talked a little bit about Lane Kiffin, but let's give Lane Kiffin flowers. He built this team.
Yeah.
I mean, let's give him his flowers. I mean, he built the team.
He was trying to be at the game yesterday, and ESPN told him no.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, I was waiting for, honestly, a tweet or something to be like, hey, congratulations. Didn't see it. Instead, I saw that he's going to like a women's college game or something of that nature for LSU.
Yeah, he went to a women's college basketball game, which Kentucky actually hit a last-second 3 to beat LSU. Ironically, kind of funny. I don't want to. We don't got to get
it. Could be. Ole Miss, we're talking about women's college basketball, Jeffrey. You're lucky you get a slot down there for WNBA. Okay, you're lucky. Okay. Let's stop. TJ, I don't see Ole Miss stopping the Canes run game. They might not, but on the same token, we talked about this defensive line, right? The defensive line of Miami, and we've seen the passing game from Ole Miss. So what stops a great defense and a high pressure over the top throws? And we've seen this kid just nail them left and right. And once you start hitting a few of them, the pressure gets back a little bit less. Now we start dropping more people in coverage. I think a good game plan can beat them for sure. I can. I just honestly, I'll tell you the biggest thing for me. I'm so sick of watching Michael Irvin on the goddamn sidelines during games. And I'm not alone, man. I know that he has his people out there enjoy him. There's a lot of people posting the memes. Hey, let's make this about you. We're showing Michael Irvin take off his belt, show his six-pack, which 65 years old, shout out, whatever, good for you for being in shape. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. And he takes an Ohio State jersey and puts it over something, takes his belt off and starts beating it, belts to asses. And this is what we're looking at instead of being like, with the kids that are actually performing. I saw Ray Lewis was over there the other day as well. I mean, Murderers Row, whatever you want to call it, whatever's happening down there in Miami. Just make it about the kids, man. These old heads that are still trying to stay relevant. I don't see Devin Hester down there putting belts to asses or any of the other Miami legends that are out there. Like, give me a break, bro.
Yeah.
That's probably why I don't want Miami to do anything. Is right there. Is because of him. Absolutely.
Speaking
This
of
is not
belts
about.
to asses, should we transition into Stephon Diggs or no?
Yeah, let's get into it.
No, I'm
Week
just joking. I'm
18.
just joking. We don't gotta do
That,
that.
well, that was it. I mean, well, actually, we can go back here. Let's do this.
No.
We got Oregon, Indiana, Ole Miss, Miami. Jeffrey, give me your predictions. Who is going to the championship game in Miami once again?
Yeah, I think it's Indiana and Miami that are going to end up playing each other. I will say that,
this: if Miami makes it to the championship game, that stadium will be packed.
Yeah, is it? It's not in.
It says Miami Gardens, Florida.
Is it? Okay. Interesting. I think that the one thing that can mitigate a good pass rush is a guy who can be mobile. And so it'll be interesting to see. If you look at Miami's 2 losses this year, both those were to pretty mobile quarterbacks. We'll see if Chambliss can make that happen. I don't know. I think that Miami will be able to stop Ole Miss, and Ole Miss is not going to be able to stop Miami, is the problem. And even though they have a great pass rush, I love that kid Perkins they have from Ole Miss, man. That kid was all over the field last night. And then I think we've already seen this story play out in Indiana, Oregon. And as much as I would like Oregon to win, I just think Indiana is so connected right now. They're playing so well. Cignetti's just rolling. He gets in his bag sometimes too when he wants to.
How many Miami fans do you think are going to Arizona to watch this Miami game?
Well, I think there'll be a fair few. I think,
and then you have Oregon playing in Georgia.
Right. We'll probably zoom in on specific Miami fans, like Abella Danger, and some other things that they continue to show on the broadcast. So, yeah, I'm sure they'll have a presence there.
Well, let's look at it here. So, I mean, come on though. But again, to me, college football is about the kids, man. It's about the kids that go to school. The student sections are unlike anything else. Now, unless you have a whole section of Michael, that's a whole different story.
Yeah, but student sections at college games are like, that's just a different thing.
But these kids aren't going to be able to go out there. They're not going to be able to support their team. I mean, and how bad is the Hard Rock Bet app? The Oregon Indiana line is 4.5. A majority of lines. Or 4 to 4.5. We have 3.5 on Hard Rock.
It's a great number depending on who you like.
Well, I like Oregon at 4. I like Oregon plus 4. I think that they keep that pretty close. Also,
I put it at 4.
Yeah, if I want to pay more juice, the freaking Indians down here just juicing me out. I do like the over 47 though. So let me ask you this, Jeffrey. So if I was going to take Oregon plus 4, over 47, Miami minus 2.5. Ooh. What do you think about that, Jeff?
You're just doing a 3-teamer?
Well, I was going to do the over 52 there as well, but I just don't know. Like it could be a ground and pound game with Miami that could control a lot of the clock. So I don't know how many explosive plays we're going to see.
I think the play would just be to, if you want to add your 4-teamer, just continue to take the Miami first half under. I think
we can't do that. You can't do the first half with the game as well. Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Oregon, plus 3.5, push it to 4. Obviously you could do that. Over 47, and then Miami minus 2.5. Guys, that's a plus 542. 542 on even the crappy Hard Rock bet. That's what we're going with here.
I told you how they got me yesterday with the 50% profit boost.
A full Jeffrey unit on that.
That was tough because I had Georgia in the over, just money line, and I had Indiana in the under, just money line, and God, that
when you get validated by Chad, you're on to
Chad's
something.
Ready to talk NFL though. Chad's ready to talk NFL. He's been here for 40.
Let's get on. He's been so patient, Chad. Thank you so much. Let's get into it. Week 18. Not a whole lot of storylines here, but we do have a few. And let's start off with the elephant in the room on Saturday. Jeffrey's Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home versus the Panthers, favored by 3.
Yeah.
Now, before I get into the other funky stuff, Jeff, let's just talk about this game first of all.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this game. First of all,
Yeah.
I need the Bucks to actually show they want to play. I saw a little bit of the fire from Mike Evans on the way off the field. Don't overcook Diggs' bacon.
Yeah.
That is true. I saw a little. I don't know what's happening with this team, bro. They just seem so disinterested. Whether they're trying to get Bulls fired for next year, I have no idea what exactly it is. This team just seems disinterested. Where on the other hand, I see a Panthers team that has found life, has found that hey, we're a little bit better than we thought. Let's get on it. There's nothing for me to say that the Panthers cannot beat the Bucks straight up.
No. Chad.
Don't ever apologize to him. Ever.
Carolina
After
plus 3 is the play. It's not even close. Carolina plus 3 is 100% the play here. The Bucks have had a must win for the past 4 weeks, and they've lost to bad teams. So what makes us think that they're just going to flip a switch on Saturday and go out there and perform well against the Carolina Panthers? I don't see it happening. This team seems broken in some way. I also don't think they're going to get rid of Todd Bowles anyway. So I don't think it even matters. I think they just re-signed him to a contract extension last year. And I think they're just going to keep him for another year at least because his contract is through 2027 now. Happy New Year's as well too.
You're not gonna try to do that? I left that up there for you to see if you were gonna try to pronounce something of that.
To Omega and Yavanish.
I'm gonna say it should be to Omega and Day Vanish.
Yeah, I will say this: like as a DJ, if you want like a stupid bet that you're never gonna get more value than you will right now.
Well, it's funny. The Hard Rock Jeffrey has it at 2.5. There's a big shocker.
No, what I'm saying is the Bucks Super Bowl odds right now.
Oh,
because
no, I'm good with that.
They could rally, and you could see like if they win this game, and if obviously the NFL is stupid with the way everything is, because we need the Saints to be the Falcons as well too. But if that happens and they get in, they're gonna have a home playoff game. And they're going to be playing a team that's maybe falling off a little bit, depending on who it is. And if you
excuse me,
what?
Who do you think they're going to play?
I think the Rams are kind of coming back to life a little bit.
Okay, but you said
I don't mind.
They're going to play a team that might be falling off a little bit. Oh, Seattle, the number 1 seed. That's not going to happen.
Well, we'll see what happens in the Seattle and in San Francisco game. I still think Seattle's a little bit smoke and mirrors, as is San Francisco in a sense. So I don't really believe in either of those teams. We all know Philly is
right now, Jeffrey. You would be coming. The 49ers would be coming to your house.
Yeah, who we already beat at home 30-19 this year.
I think that was a little different, Jeffrey. I think there was a lot of injuries of the 49ers at that. There was no Brock Purdy during that time, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And let's be honest,
we beat the Seattle Seahawks 38-35 as well.
Week 1 through 6 is definitely different than weeks 15 through 18. Oh, yes. TJ, we're getting into it. Just hold on. I'm saving this nugget for a second. I completely disagree with you. I think that first of all, if you want to take the DGen approach like Chad, I think that you can wait till after this game anyway, because I don't think their Super Bowl odds are going to change even if they do get in. I think they're going to be the exact same. They're going to be probably the longest shot of anybody for Super Bowl odds once the playoff.
But what I'm saying is that you might get more value now because
I don't think so.
Above them will now be knocked out, right?
Well,
Carolina,
let's look right here.
Carolina probably has better odds.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers are plus 15,000 right now.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Throw it on it right now. Throw it on it right now. The Niners are very beatable. Okay. Okay.
They are.
If you have a good defense.
Sure.
Do the Bucs have a good defense? No,
They haven't played well lately. No.
their secondary's trash, and we saw what happens with a secondary trash, and you can't get pass rush. When they played the Chicago Bears, they put up 55,000 points.
Yes,
I
Chad.
think and that was
Completely agree with
without
Chad.
George Kittle. That was without George Kittle, who will
Yes.
be back. I mean, yeah, okay. I'll give you the 15,000 is an interesting mark. Consider though that they have let's see here. And the Panthers are both there. So you might as well just throw a unit on both of them then, because we don't even know who's going to get in. And if the Bucks even do get in and beat the Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons beat the Saints this week, you still are out of there, which is wild to me. We had 2 weeks ago. I put it on I said, it's just wild to me that the fact that the Falcons actually control everyone's destiny, because if they win the last 2 games, all records will be tied, but the strength of schedule will change and the Panthers will get in. I was like, there's no way they're playing the Rams. They're playing the Rams this week. Ain't no way that they're losing to the Rams.
Yeah. So TJ, that's why it messed it all up, right? Because the Rams lost to Carolina in Carolina a couple weeks ago. And so because of that, the way that it fluctuates now with strength of schedule is really weird. That Seattle and LA game was actually really big for Tampa Bay at one point, because Seattle winning improved the Bucks win against the Seahawks, because if everybody finishes with the same record, it all goes to common opponent, and it's really
which would happen if the Bucks beat the Panthers and the Falcons beat the Saints. Everyone will be sitting at 8 and 9 in South, every single team, which arguably the Falcons are probably playing the best out of all 3 of them. And honestly, the Saints as well. The Saints have been humming lately.
Yeah, the Bucks have an interesting opportunity here to finish either first in the division, or they could also finish 4th in the division. Here we are in the NFC South, baby.
Weakest division in football. I've said it before. You lashed out at me on the group chat, said that I was just being.
No, I disagree. I still disagree. I don't think it's the weakest division in football.
The AFC North is the weakest division then?
I think the NFC East also has an argument for that as well too.
Yeah. I'll give you a little bit of that.
Because I mean, if we're just going to compare record-wise, like the Commanders, the Giants, and the Cowboys, comparatively record-wise to Tampa Bay, Atlanta.
Well, the Giants did have like the second highest strength of schedule.
Yeah.
I mean, I look at it this way: if I put the Dallas Cowboys versus the Panthers up on the field, who's winning that game? Who's favorite? If I put the Dallas against, you know what I'm saying, the Saints.
Yeah, I agree that the Saints might be the best team in the division right now, the way that they're playing. I agree that the 3.5 is a smash spot as well too. The problem is that, the Saints got to be really excited. They found their quarterback of the future. They are all in with Tyler Schlaw, and he's looked great, man. Like, he moves the pocket, he runs around, he's made great throws. His completion percentage is fantastic. He's been really good. And when he got drafted, everybody was like, WTF? Why would you take this kid here? There's so many
Spencer Rattler even beat him out in the preseason.
And then it just shows that like Kellen Moore, it's cool to have a quarterback when you're coming in to be developed. It's cool to have a head coach who played quarterback and understands what you're going through in that situation. I think it's been great. The growth from the Saints has been fantastic. I hate it because it's always F the Saints, but stop looking at me just because I'm abbreviating my curse words today.
I actually wasn't,
oh,
but okay. But
I'm subconscious about it.
My parents might actually start watching again, Jeff.
But yeah, I mean, I think the Saints plus 3.5 is a smash spot. Me and my boy were talking about it. We're like, if Tampa Bay beats Carolina, there is no shot that this New Orleans Atlanta game is not absolutely berserk and it's won on a last second field goal or play or something absolutely completely random happens, and that's the way that this division is decided, just because that's just due justice for what it should be.
Well, let's get into it, Jeffrey. Let's talk about it first. Bucks, Panthers, who wins and why?
I think the Panthers probably win.
Okay, so then you don't need to worry about the Falcons Saints game.
Yeah. But in
I,
case the Bucks win, I like New Orleans in this spot. I think Atlanta played their Super Bowl last week. I think they're checked out. I understand that guys are fighting for their jobs. I do don't know.
disagree there as well. I think
I
that
like
Kirk Cousins is also fighting to remain a quarterback. And let's be honest, his play over the last few weeks, maybe not a $50 million or $30 million quarterback, but he's definitely a serviceable quarterback. And I will say, arguably, he's outplayed Michael Penix Jr. this year.
I would agree with that statement.
So I think this brings in more questions than anything for the Atlanta Falcons. You know, the fact that, I mean, you've done this without Drake London. You know, Kyle Pitts has come back. I mean, I don't think Drake London is playing in the last game either. Obviously, you have a stud in Bijan Robinson.
I think Drake London is absolutely playing in this game.
Is he? I thought he was out for the season.
So. And then Chris Olave has blood clots.
He's definitely out.
He has been ruled out and done for the rest of the year.
And let's also say the Saints have done this without Kamara and without Neal. By the way,
it's Murphy's Law, bro. It's like for the Bucks, anything that can go wrong this year will go wrong, and that's just kind of how I feel. But the random fumbles that we just can't seem to fall on, the luck rankings, everything. It's been a terribly unlucky season for Tampa Bay. I feel like it continues.
As a Bears fan that has been unlucky for decades, it's finally nice to see the ball bouncing our way for once. I will say that.
I think also if Carolina wins right on Saturday, then there's truly nothing that matters about this game. And I don't think you're going to see Atlanta really just completely sell out for a game that means absolutely nothing.
I don't know. I feel like there's still a pride factor. Obviously, Saints Falcons is still a heated rivalry. Like nobody wants to lose. I think that definitely on the Saints side, you'll see it because as you did say, there's a lot of people playing for contract, TV time, you know, all of that kind of stuff. And who knows where we're at as far as incentive wise as well. Did somebody need to hit a certain yardage, this, that, and the other to get up there? It'll definitely depend. But the beautiful thing about it, Jeff, is we got this game on Saturday at 4:30. So you will know whether you'll have a sweat on Sunday or you can just go kick your dog and beat your wife on Saturday night. And then it's all over.
So I'll just be
I lost Stefon Diggs. Well, maybe you could just, take it out on your customers versus the family. So that'll be a great night. That'll be a great.
Hopefully I get off.
Jeff, you might want to take the day off, bro. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, money's money. Why?
Yeah.
Why? If you look at your phone and it's 38-3 Panthers,
I'm gonna have it on the TV at work.
Exactly. Are you not an emotional man when it comes to Tampa Bay making the playoffs or not?
I'm a lot better. Jeremy, stop.
So are we from Stefon Diggs to Ray Rice somewhere in between there then?
I've never assaulted anybody in my life.
Verbally, Jeffrey. Verbally.
I guess if you count that. Fucking softy.
Well, let's get into the other one. We do.
I did it. I almost went a whole episode without cursing, and you just fucking triggered me.
There you go again.
Jiminy
Christmas. Here we go. I agree, TJ. I think everybody's going to play their butts off there. We do have one more game on Saturday. That is the Seattle Seahawks versus the 49ers, the NFC West and the number 1 seed, both on the line here. I'm very curious to see how the 49ers perform against the Seattle defense after the absolute drudging of the Chicago Bears. Putting up 50,000 points, as I also said. And, I think that the best thing for Sam Darnold would be to contact ghost hunters and exercise his demons to be able to get rid of the ghost before going into this game because he's going to have to throw the ball at some point. Although I will say the Bears did do very well against the run against the San Francisco 49er defense, so we'll see what happens there. This is a big one, man. I mean, we're talking about number 1 seed or, potentially I don't think, honestly, one of these teams is too concerned. I think for the 49ers, it would be great to have the bye because obviously that team has been absolutely just destroyed all year with injuries. Another week off, get Kittle back a little bit healthier. We think would be even better for them. Ricky Pearsall been out pretty much the entire season off and on with nagging injuries. Brock Purdy with his toe. I think it's more important for the 49ers to get the bye. I don't think either one of them is scared to go against the Panthers or the Bucs, to be perfectly honest with you. So I'm very curious to see how this game will play out. I think it's more important for the 49ers to win this game than the Seattle Seahawks. It is in San Francisco. If 49ers do win this game, they are home throughout the entire Super Bowl. So there's a storyline to watch as well. I think it's going to be very interesting. I'm very curious to see how this 49ers, again, offense goes up and handles the Seattle defense.
Super Bowl's in San Fran this year.
It is.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great game. I would say if I'm going to make a play on this game, I just think the defense for Seattle is just better than it is for San Francisco. And so I love the way Charbonnet's been running as well too. I think he's starting to kind of come into his own. I guess give me Seattle here.
Yeah, for me, this is a complete stay away game. I think, I just don't know. To your point, I think that the run game is better. I mean, obviously, Christian McCaffrey is going to be whatever Christian McCaffrey is. I think, obviously, Brock Purdy is better than Sam Darnold. So we'll see. Can they get the run game open to spread the defense, drop them back a little bit? I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be a great game. That's all that I can really just say. It's going to be a great game. It's going to be one 8:00 Saturday night. Everybody watching. Can't wait. Let's get into Sunday. We do have a few games to go for. Let's start off, obviously, with the Detroit Lions versus the Chicago Bears. The Bears need to win this game to secure the number 2 seed unless the Eagles do lose against the the Washington Commanders, which we'll get into that one just a little bit. It's Seattle and it's what? Not even close.
Yeah.
Yeah. My biggest question with Seattle is Sam Darnold. That's all. This is a big game. You might as well call it a playoff game. And I haven't seen Sam Darnold perform in anything similar of a playoff game yet. So that's my biggest red flag, I guess, because this is a playoff game. You need this for the number 1 seed. You need it for the bye. It's very, very important. And for the West. The Bears do need to win for the number 2 seed. Again, if the Eagles do lose, one of the storylines here, obviously, is the Lions just absolutely boat racing the Chicago Bears in week 1. I think that this is going to be a game where the Lions come out and give them their best. They want to continue that. And they want to obviously beat Ben Johnson. I don't think the Lions are going to roll over here at all. I think that the Chicago Bears are going to get their best. Caleb Williams, ironically, also needs 280 yards to break the 4,000 pass rush or pass throwing. Let me tell you, Jeff, why I could care less. Because I'm so sick and tired of hearing this. Well, he needs this. He needs this. He doesn't need shit. We're not going to go. Do you really think that Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams are going to go out there and be like, hey, we got the Lions coming to town. We need to win for the number 2 seed here. But we need to make sure we throw for 300 yards so we can have the first 4,000 yard passer in Chicago Bears history. People are just asinine, man. If you have a good run game, why do you need a 4,000 yard passer? Is it for the bells and whistles? For what?
You like to have nice
just win. So 3,900 yards isn't enough. We have to.
I just think,
and we have an extra game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a byproduct of just the Lions secondary being trash. Is that Caleb will get there, and so, but I think more importantly, you want everybody to come out of this game healthy. I also think that Ben is going to keep the pedal to the metal and keep the gas going. I don't see him letting up whatsoever. I like Chicago in this spot. The Lions are done. Give me the Bears -3 all day long. Absolutely.
Well, this is one, and I do want to bring this up real quick because the week 1 loss was bad. And, Ben was also talked about this. What was it, week 1? No, week 2. 52-21. Now, we also know that this Bears team is not the same team that it was week 2. We can both agree with that. However, the Bears defense is trash. Let me say not trash. The Bears defense is literally a elite pass rusher away from Super Bowl contention. Because if we can somehow get some pressure on a quarterback, then the secondary can hold up. But if the quarterback has 3, 5, 10, 15,000 seconds to throw the ball, any NFL quarterback's going to pick you apart, just like Brock Purdy did. But I will say, I think that you're absolutely right. I think Ben is going to keep the throttle on this the entire game. Now we also have the Eagles Commanders game, which has severe implications on this as well. I do believe, though, the Eagles are resting their starters. Yeah. Did I read that correctly? And they're still a 4-point favorite.
Yeah.
And that is the 4:30 game. So they're both going on at the same time. This is something that where I've seen some people say, it could depend on what the halftime scores are. Whether or not, what I would love to see is let's just come out and boat race them the first half. Right? Get up boat race in the first half. Let's get Tyson Bagent in there. Let's get, DJ Moore out of there. Obviously, Rome Odunze is still not going to play. I don't know. Is Luther Burden the third playing, Jeremy? He was carted off last night, but it turned out to just be a little bit of a quad injury. I think that Ben will surely remember that week 1 beatdown, and you're absolutely right. I think that the Lions are going to try to give it their all, but I think Ben Johnson is going to keep the foot on the accelerator. When he was asked about that from, the week 2 loss, he goes, what do you expect him to do? What do you expect him to do? It's 4th and 1. Right. Of course he's going to go for it. Like, he's not going to change just because he's playing me. So I can't. Well, I think it's gonna be great. No Barkley, no Hurts. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know.
Supposedly, I think the backup is supposed to be okay for Philly.
Chad, if you're watching on your phone on YouTube, there's also another feed that is specifically designed for your phone as well. It should be on there called Mobile. Yeah, I think the Bears get it done here, though, Jeff. I think where we're looking at, it's 3 on everything else, so it's probably like 2.5. Oh, this is a line that's actually better on Hard Rock, Jeffrey. Bears -2.5.
Well, the line being better on Hard Rock is all about who you're wanting to bet on.
What do you mean?
I mean, you're over here like mad that they don't have it at 4.5; they have it at 3.5. Depending on who you're trying to bet on, that's better for you. It doesn't always have to be worse.
Jeff, that is just not a thing that I'm prepared to do.
Okay? To admit.
No.
Fair enough. Yeah, I do like it. I also think I think the Eagles -4 might be an interesting play as well too here. Just because
Mariota's out, right?
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know who Washington is starting. Is it Josh Johnson?
Place the bet.
Is that who it is? Yeah, it's Josh Johnson, right, Jeremy? I don't know.
I thought you had to have like some location app on your computer to place a bet.
It's got to be like checked out. I don't know. Let's see if I can log in.
Well, I just placed a bet on the Bears because I thought it was going to kick off, but so I guess we're in on the Bears -2.5. Yeah, I'd be interested to see. Obviously, the Commanders, if they're going to be playing all of their backups, are going to have a little bit of something to play for. I'm not sure if the big boys are playing.
Yeah, confirm your location.
Yeah. Mine just went straight through.
I don't know what mine's not.
Yeah, whatever.
My location.
They're probably just like
my kid's got the VPN on, bro.
Yeah. Well, let's get into the only other game that really has any implication. That is the Ravens and Steelers. Ravens favored by 3.5 here. Lamar playing. No DK again. We didn't have a show earlier in the week, so we really did get a chance to talk about this DK suspension. But Jeff, if the Pittsburgh Steelers missed the playoffs, I would absolutely void everything of DK Metcalf's contracts, which triggered by being suspended. You can't help your team if you're not playing. Bottom line. The fact that you went in, I guess the kid called him by his government name, which is definitely not DK. It's a duh something. What is it?
Allegedly.
Sure. Whatever you want to say.
We don't know what he actually said. We don't know what was really said. We know that DK reacted in a negative way.
That you can't grab a fan.
He could have acted a lot better. I think it's ridiculous that they gave him 2 games.
You can't put your hands on a fan and push them. Like do like the NBA does. The NBA, the player
wants to interject themselves into your space in your area during a game. I have no problem.
Into your space and into your area. He's 8 feet above you,
leaning over the wall in his face.
Now, if he would have jumped on the field, then yeah, all bets are off. Let's go tackling, whatever you want to do. But you can't reach up into the. No, Jeff, come on. No, this is DK being DK. This is why it was. Okay, let me ask you this question. If DK was such an upstanding person and never had anything happen or whatever, then why the hell is that language even in his contract? Because he does stupid shit. And this is it. Like, you got suspended the last 2 games of the year when your team needs you. You needed to win one of these 2 games, and you're going to be gone for both of them. It's shit, man. It's terrible.
I don't know who wins this game. I have no clue. But I don't know if you remember, we were talking about this game a few weeks ago. And whoever is the underdog in this matchup all time is something like 27-3 as the underdog. If it's Tomlin and Harbaugh. So you have to just blind bet the Steelers here. It's a must bet.
How are the Ravens 4-point favorites against anybody?
Brother, I have no clue.
They have just I'm arguably going to say that the Ravens look 10,000 times better with Huntley than they did with Lamar.
Absolutely. Huntley can actually move. Lamar cannot. And so that is an issue. So
and can we also go back to the fact that there's a reason
Lamar playing is better for the Steelers bet.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's a reason I drafted Derrick Henry number 9 overall because of what I saw of the last few weeks. Like, I don't understand what the game plan is, the calling. The dude's a beast. Just hand the ball off.
He's got to get ahead of steam, though. That's the problem.
Okay, well then starting back 15 yards and just do like a punt hike and let him just go that way. I don't know, man. I this is also a very interesting game because we're talking about both of these coaches, both of them being the longest tenured in the NFL, and both of the fan base becoming very stale with both of them. This game could have a lot of implications in regards to that as well, in my opinion.
But I heard somebody say on a podcast I was listening to yesterday that the AFC North could be a division where all 4 head coaches are brand new next year. Like, you could see Stefanski, Zach Taylor, Harbaugh, and Tomlin all moving on.
You know what would be crazy if they just did a round robin within the division. they all just switch teams in their own division.
Like, the talk about Lamar maybe moving on, the talk about Burrow maybe wanting to retire.
Lamar's not going anywhere.
There could be four brand new quarterbacks in that division next year.
Joe Rogers ain't retiring either.
Rodgers walks off into the sunset. I mean, it's just pure speculation, but
I mean that's a good speculation there.
I do want to point out 2 of the things that I do absolutely love this week. Are where were we at? Why can I not find it now? I do think, yes, Bengals minus 7.5 against the Browns. Myles Garrett will get a sack record. I think Joe Burrow is going to go crazy. I think he's going to absolutely fucking light it up. Should be easy money there. Maybe take the over if you want, but it's up to you. And also the Rams versus the Cardinals. Cardinals are done, bro. Like, they have so checked out. The Rams are still going to continue to play. They're still going to be putting up points. Yeah? I mean, it's just.
Oh, they only put up 17 against the Bucks. Or no, sorry, 14 against the Bengals. 19.
Over under is 46 there, but I just think the Rams are just going to. I think the Rams are going to be on a mission after getting embarrassed on Monday night, and then all the opportunities that they had too. They missed the PI call on Monday night. Do they have to play their guys? I mean, so much shit.
The Rams are locked into the 6th seed, yeah?
I think the Rams are still playing their players, though.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why you would. Well, let's look at a couple of quick things here, Jeffrey, before we call it off here. I do want to talk about the Super Bowl playoff odds. Yeah, I think that whole MVP with him, he was the favorite. Then they got boat race, and all of a sudden now he's not. Yeah, I don't know. I anybody but Drake May, dude. That's all. That's just because I don't know. I just don't want him to win it.
Ian has a Drake May ticket.
Oh, I don't know. So right now the Seahawks are the favorite to win the Super Bowl at 525. Let's look at some sneaky ones here. So we already talked about the Bucks being plus 15,000. I would 100% agree with that. that yeah, either one of those teams might be good to have here. Very interesting to see the Chicago Bears plus 2,000, also along with the Green Bay Packers. I tell you another snooky one is Houston. Actually, I was going to say Houston. Of course, on good books they are plus 1,400. On this book they are plus 1,200. I don't think that there's anybody playing better football right now than the Houston Texans, and anybody. I don't think anybody wants to go up against them. Whoever they get, it looks like they are going to be playing the AFC North seed. That is an automatic win for me. I don't care who they're playing, Steelers, the Ravens. They are winning that game. I think that the Texans are very, very sneaky here. I might just go ahead and put a unit on it right now.
I kind of like the number of the Jaguars. I know they're the exact same, but I feel like they've just been humming so well lately. At 1,200, it's pretty good. But I think the South winner is enticing because I think I can go through this and say I don't think that Seattle will win the Super Bowl this year. The Rams possibly. The Broncos will not. The 49ers will not. The Eagles will not. The Bears, I just think they're 1 year away on defense, and the Packers will not. So if I can say that I don't think those teams are going to be Super Bowl contenders because they have major fallacies on their team, why not take a long shot off the 15,000? You know?
No, I agree.
$10 bet, that's you 1,500. And you'll have great cash out possibilities as well, too. So
my biggest thing is, Jeff, I honestly I don't think that the Bucks get it in. I really don't.
I don't care who you bet. I think Carolina or
I see what you're saying.
Or Tampa have value at that number.
Yeah, I mean, but there's a reason. I mean, let me be perfect. If the Panthers get in, do you think that there's any way in hell they actually win the Super Bowl?
Well, the thing is that the teams that they would be playing, they've already beaten this year.
Correct.
So, I mean, they went into Lambeau and beat the Packers. They beat the Rams at home. I just think that there's arguments to be made that they could win that first game. And if you have let me tell you something.
But we're talking about
if you have a ticket,
Super Bowl tickets.
Yeah, but we're talking about you're buying low on something that they will offer you a cash out on. So if I put $10 on it to win 1,500, let's say, okay, they're going to be super underdogs, whoever they play week one, whether it's the Bucks or whether it's the Panthers. If they win that game, then they're going to go into the next game and they'll play somebody on the road. Maybe they travel to Seattle to go play. You're telling me that you don't think Carolina can beat Seattle in Seattle?
No,
I don't know.
I feel like though I'm having my Indiana vibes here though, where it's a team that I just don't respect. I think I'm just having my Indiana vibes. That's all.
Yeah.
I mean, they
play hard on defense. Carolina's really good at home. I'll
tell you what I do like right now is the NFC conference winner, the San Francisco 49ers plus 425.
That's the other thing too. Baker's been terrible at home against the spread this year. So like all the factors that go into this will tell you that you should definitely be betting the Panthers this week.
Yeah. Mm.
I like that, Chad.
There's so many things I like here that like I just want to throw money at everything, but like no. This one I
just think
so. Let me ask you this question. So we have the first
game changer for the Jags as well too. It's like it's night and day with Jacoby Myers playing.
So if Texas wins that first game, as I said, is the next round the divisional round?
Wild card, divisional, conference, Super Bowl.
Oh, dude, then let me just throw this out here. This has got to be the bet of the century. The Houston Texans to make divisional round minus 135.
You're betting they win their first wild card game.
I mean, yeah.
Who are they going to be playing?
They're going to be playing either the Bucks or the Panthers.
The Texans will not.
No, I'm talking about they're going to be playing the Steelers or the Ravens.
Is that locked in? Or they have to win this week?
No, they're locked into the 5 seed.
Okay.
At least I think.
Yeah, I don't know why Jacksonville keeps on jumping off the page to me.
Yeah, they're locked in, dude. Well, Jacksonville Jaguars, same thing, minus 135 to make it to the divisional round, and they will be going up against the Chargers. I don't like that as much as I like the Texans, just because the Texans defense is just freaking phenomenal.
Yeah,
and the Chargers O line is obviously shaky. Dude, I think, yeah. I mean, Chad, am I crazy for not taking this? I mean, minus 135 to win that first game. Let me ask you this question: if it's
no way
Steelers,
this ends poorly.
if it's Steelers or Ravens that make it versus the Houston Texans.
Texans are 3.5 point favorites at home, right?
I'm just saying, what do you think the line is going to be for that?
Yeah, because
it's not out.
The money line would be minus 180, minus 190.
Right. So
probably.
Basically, I'm taking that game for minus 135 money line.
You're 100% correct. You're cracking the code on not paying the juice. Yeah, I said 3.5, but you're not. Yeah, you're getting better juice, better odds if you want to bet that game.
I just see, Texans on road.
Texans on the road. That's right.
Yeah, they're gonna be playing on the road.
So you might actually.
Nah, even if it's
there's no way.
There's no way they're not
4-point favorites. I just don't think they're gonna have as 4-point favorites on the road.
No, it'll probably be 3, maybe even 2.5. But even at a 2.5, it's probably going to be like
minus
all right. So
minus 140.
So right there. So Bucks Panthers. Bucks are favored by 2.5. It's minus 155. That's at home though. So let me get it in a way. Well, okay. So Cowboys versus Giants. Cowboys favored by 3, but the money line is minus 190. I don't see any other road dogs. Well, right. Okay. Well, just do this. Ravens Steelers. Ravens Steelers this week. Ravens are favored by 3.5 on the road. They are minus 200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you love it, go get it.
All right. I'm getting it right now, Jeffrey. 135. The question is how many units?
Chad, happy New Year to you, bro. I hope it was an amazing one. I'm telling everybody 2026, let's make it the year of action. You know, everything we talk about we want to do, let's try to put it into action to make it happen, you know.
Action Jackson. That's why we are putting 3 units on the Houston Texans divisional round. Feel good, Jeffrey. I feel good.
All right.
Good. Free money. It's free money. All right. Jeremy, any errors, omissions? Huh? All right. Well, that's going to do it for us today on the Uninformed Fan. Not a whole lot going on in the world. Football's starting to wind down a little bit.
Well, there's a lot going on in the world, but there's not a lot going on, you know,
in the sports world.
In the sports world, except for, you know,
NFL nice curling, dude. Chad, I love curling when it comes on the Olympics, dude. Love curling when it comes.
That's awesome, bro. Congrats, man.
Congratulations.
Beautiful.
Good time, eh? How do you feel about Patrick Kane being left off the Canada team? Not Patrick Kane, Connor Bedard. Connor Bedard snubbed off Team Canada when he was the top 5 in scoring so far this season before he got hurt. Snubbed.
But he's hurt.
He was. He'll be back. And this isn't for, it's like what, in summer? It's in the summertime, I think. Like, yeah, like, what are we doing here? Big controversies, Jeff. Oh, Chad.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Everybody, have a good weekend. If you do happen to be driving over the weekend, please, for the love of God, stay out of the left-hand lane. We will see you back here Monday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Go Bucks. Be great.
Bear down, baby.